The history of samba dancing. Samba is one of Brazil's most famous cultural expressions, deeply rooted in African and Brazilian traditions. It evolved from African rhythms and Portuguese influences to become the heartbeat of Brazil's carnival. Samba traces its origins to West and Central African rhythms and dances brought to Brazil by enslaved Africans during the transatlantic slave trade. In the 1600s, enslaved people in Bahia, northeastern Brazil, preserved their culture through music and dance, blending African drumming with Portuguese and indigenous influences. One of the key early styles was the batuque, a dance featuring circular movements, clapping, and drumming. After slavery was abolished in 1888, African Brazilian communities in cities like Rio de Janeiro kept their musical traditions alive. The samba rhythm started forming in Bahia and Rio de Janeiro, blending machicha, lundu, and African drumming. Tia Chiata, a famous Afro-Brazilian woman in Rio, hosted musical gatherings in her home, where early samba songs were developed. 1916, the first recorded samba song, Pelo Telefone, was released, marking samba's entry into Brazilian popular music. Samba became the main rhythm of Rio's carnival, inspiring samba schools, escolas de samba, which organized grand parades. By the 1930s and 1940s, composers like Noel Rosa and Cartola helped shape samba into a national symbol of Brazil. Samba da Gafieira, 1950s, a ballroom dance style blending samba with tango and jazz. Bossa Nova, late 1950s-60s, a jazz-influenced, slower samba style made famous by artists like João Gilberto. Samba Reggae, 1970s-80s, a fusion of samba and Caribbean reggae, popular in Bahia. Pagode, 1980s-90s, a modern, relaxed form of samba with romantic themes. Samba remains the heartbeat of Brazil's carnival, with extravagant parades, costumes, and drum ensembles. Globally, samba is taught in dance studios and celebrated in festivals, symbolizing joy, resilience, and Afro-Brazilian heritage. Styles like samba no pé solo footwork and samba acts high-energy dance continue to evolve and influence contemporary music. Samba has transcended Brazil, influencing and merging with dance styles worldwide. In the United States and Europe, samba-inspired beats have been incorporated into jazz, pop, and electronic music. Latin dance competitions feature samba as a core dance style. In Africa and the Caribbean, samba's African roots connect with traditional drumming and dance styles, influencing Afro-Cuban and Caribbean music. In Asia and beyond, samba festivals and dance schools have emerged worldwide, especially in Japan, where Brazilian culture has a strong presence. Samba is more than a dance, it's a symbol of Afro-Brazilian heritage, resilience, and national pride. It played a role in Brazilian nationalism, 1930s. Samba was promoted as a unifying national music under Getulio Vargas' government. Afro-Brazilian empowerment. Samba celebrates the legacy of African culture in Brazil, giving voice to historically marginalized communities. Community and festivity. Samba schools unite neighborhoods, fostering community pride and creativity, especially in Rio's favelas. UNESCO recognition. Samba was declared an intangible cultural heritage of humanity by UNESCO in 2005. Samba schools, escolas de samba. These community-driven organizations continue to preserve samba traditions, teaching dance, drumming, and costume making. Afro-Brazilian heritage. Samba remains a key symbol of African cultural influence in Brazil, celebrating the resilience and creativity of Afro-Brazilian communities.